Welcome, Georgie. Welcome, Dana. Thank you for being here with us today on our panel. We are here to discuss the transformative power of the Power of Three alliance between Palo Alto Networks and AWS and IBM. And complexity is really the enemy of cybersecurity. So from an IBM perspective, how do you think IBM's approach to cybersecurity translates to value for our customers?
Brilliant, thank you. And thanks for having us. It's great to be here with you today. I think the transformation approach really is being driven by AI for us now. And that's both security of AI and AI for security, right? So if we look at the security of AI, it's about making sure that we are securing the large language models. It's about making sure that we're securing the user base as well, making sure they understand what's important. It's also about the application of the infrastructure support and security that gets placed around this. So they're really important for our clients. I think using AI in security is where it gets really exciting though. Yeah, this is about being able to spot trends and issues within the data way quicker than we ever can at the moment, right? And I think when you combine that with the assets and the offerings that all our organizations bring, it really does bring something quite unique and quite different to our clients. I think the other thing is around, helping to streamline our SOCs as well. We see a lot of clients telling us how their SOCs are just not getting to the vast number of alerts that they have coming through every day. And I think that's a real problem. I think as the world changes and how security is moving forward, we're starting to see many more threats. And if our analysts aren't able to get to them, that is a real problem. So I think being able to use AI to help and to deal with maybe the more mundane or the more run-of-the-mill alerts. So that frees up our analysts to have more intelligent time to spend looking at maybe some of the more unique and important threats that need to be looked at. I don't know, are you seeing something similar, Dana, at AWS?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me here. It's been a great partnership between IBM Consulting and Palo Alto. So Amazon Web Services provides a foundation with most secure and flexible cloud infrastructure for customers, which means the security which is trusted by military organizations, global banks, and other sensitive organizations. And that's the same level of security we are actually looking at every customer gets, regardless of their size, right? If you look at the Power of Three partnership between IBM Consulting, Palo Alto, and AWS, we bring in a very unique, ready-to-use, next generation security solution, which helps customers to kind of simplify the operations in terms of cloud native security, and as well as provides a comprehensive application protection. So which means that accelerates customers cloud migration journey and modernization so they can innovate faster. And they also get access to the secure infrastructure from AWS, which provides cloud native services like 300 plus security and compliance tools, and as well as 143 security certifications, which means customers can virtually meet any regulatory requirements that they have worldwide, right? So this is where we see the Power of Three helps customer to accelerate their cloud migration journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just to maybe summarize it, the three of us joining forces will just create a more holistic approach to customers. We will be able to provide a much more tailored solution to them. So absolutely, this is the way forward.
So I'd be really interested in your views on why cloud security is still such a challenge for our clients. I think in a recent study that we did, 52% of executives said that complexity is the biggest impediment to their cybersecurity posture. And I think certainly at IBM, we're seeing a number of reasons for that. But one of them is the kind of multiple players, multiple partners that a client needs to engage to ensure that they do have a proper security posture. And I think that leads to confusion, a bit of complexity about who's responsible for what. And I think that's why for us, it's really important that you do work as a partnership like IBM, Palo Alto Networks and AWS, because we've proven we can do it, right? We already work together as a partnership, but I'd be really interested in what your thoughts on that are.
Yeah, absolutely. See, the cloud security is still a significant challenge for our customers. So that's time and time again we are hearing from our customers, right? And that is mainly due to the following reasons, right? So number one, when they start migrating and modernizing applications, more and more applications on AWS, and those applications generates a vast amount of security alerts, events, logs, and the security teams are using multiple tools to manage those alerts, right? And some of them tools are integrated, some of them runs in silos, and that actually poses a big challenge for security teams in terms of putting a lot of manual efforts, right? So the AWS operates in a shared responsibility model, right? I'm sure you're very familiar about that, right? So AWS is responsible for security of the cloud, which means that any services that customers consume, and we protect the infrastructure of those services, right? Be it hardware, software, networking, and then the facility, right? So that's what AWS is responsible for. And while customers are responsible for their protecting their applications, which runs within the AWS cloud. Now, this is where the challenge for customers. So what we are trying to do to help our customers are we providing a number of best practices, guidance, and as well as encryption tools. And similarly, our partner ecosystem provides hundreds of security tools, all the way from network security to data encryption, right? And this is exactly where the Power of Three partnership between IBM and Palo Alto Networks provides customers a unified, comprehensive security posture for their application protection, which simplifies the cloud operations, right? Which means that customers can continue to focus on their cloud migration journey and modernize their application, not get slowed down because of massive security challenges. Yeah.
Really interesting. What are you seeing from a Palo Alto Networks perspective?
Yeah, so customers are definitely challenged by a number of different factors. Thinking about the growing complexity of technology, data requirements, the high data needs of AI, and also the related regulatory and compliance needs. And then also they are facing up against a higher number of threats, where threat actors are ever smarter and more sophisticated. And then moving to the cloud, where, moving to the cloud is a path to innovation, but it will also expand the attack surface. So really through shifting from focusing on different point solutions to a platformization approach is where customers will be able to elevate their threat intelligence, they will drive real-time responses, and also achieve regulatory compliance. So at Palo Alto Networks, we have scalable platforms, and it will help the customers simplify their security infrastructure and also integrate everywhere they need to. Platformized organizations are actually achieving an average ROI of over 100%, as opposed to organizations that do not embrace platformization yet, where this number is only 28%.
Yeah. Sounds like we're all having very similar conversations.
Absolutely.
All right. So what do you think the impact of AI on cloud security, and how do you see it's going to evolve over the next 3 years?
Yeah, so from my perspective, the impact of AI is really twofold, because on one side, while AI empowers the attackers and enables for more sophisticated and automated attacks, like, for example, AI-driven phishing and malware, AI will also empower cybersecurity and enhance cybersecurity features. and it will eventually improve threat detection, incident response, and vulnerability management. Actually, 85% of the CIOs we talk to cite that security is a top concern and the blocker for enterprise AI rollout. So for this reason, AI-powered security is absolutely essential. AI is needed for the security teams to be able to manage the scale and the complexity of cloud environments, and also to be able to automate tasks, provide faster insights and response to different attacks.
Absolutely. So what's your view?
Yeah, I mean, they're very similar. And I think, you mentioned there the report that we did. I think one of the things that we found in there was that organizations that have adopted that platformization or platform-based position were 3 times more likely to be able to harness the power of AI. And I think when you look at the power of AI, when you look at how it's going to make our security postures better and stronger, you look at it reducing and even removing the mundane tasks that our analysts have to do today. I think a lot of this comes down to the fact that, our analysts need to be absolutely on their game. They need to be exercised and enthused to come to work every day. And I think the repetitive nature of some of the work that we can take away with AI is actually really quite exciting for them. There's over 3 million unfilled cybersecurity roles globally right now. So it's a pretty competitive landscape and a competitive market. And we do need to make sure that these guys and girls that work tirelessly every day to keep us safe are enthusiastic and are able to come to work and really, really enjoy the work that they do. I think the utilizing AI really helps with security, but of course we need to have that all operating in a secure environment. And I think that's where the power of our organizations coming together really helps our clients understand what good looks like and what success looks like for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, well said. To kind of summarize the challenges where AI can, make a significant impact. Based on your points. One, where we see a mundane task, a repetitive task with limited resources and gaps in cyber skills, and then wherever the security team needs to manage, vast amount of data which is generated from various applications. Absolutely. So let me give you a few examples in terms of at AWS, right? So how we embracing generative AI as part of some of our native services, which is again integrated with Palo Alto Networks platformization approach, right? So one of the services, Amazon and Detective. So it's a native service that helps to do security investigation and visualization. It actually learns from a huge amount of data using machine learning and analyze the data. Now with the new feature of finding summary using the generative AI, it produces the summary of the key issue, which answers directly to the cybersecurity professional in terms of what and why, right? So that helps the security team to quickly respond to security threats and able to protect it, right? So another example is on Amazon Inspector. It's one of our vulnerability management service with embedding generative AI into the service. Security teams can able to quickly see if there are any security issues in the Lambda code, right? So which means that the generative AI is capable in terms of creating the remediation codes, fixes aligned towards the best practices. So I would see, looking ahead from AI point of view, it's gonna, evolve continuously, and it's gonna make it, force multiplier for the security teams to, handle a much better, stronger security posture.
The Security Operations Center, or SOC, is evolving to address increasing complexity of security threats, and our tripartite alliance provides modernized SOC solutions that enhance security posture, streamline operation, and also improve incident response time. So Dana, from your perspective, where do you see the relevance of SOC transformation?
Yeah, but we are seeing customers are rapidly, migrating and modernizing applications to AWS. while that actually brings in a positive and benefits to the business in terms of enabling the business to innovate faster, but at the same time it is bringing security challenges, in terms of managing a huge amount of security logs, alerts, events, right, with the limited resources, right. And so that is where the SOC transformation is key, because the SOC transformation can help customers in terms of helping them to provide a converged solution, which can able to manage the security at scale, and then using the AI driven capabilities, they can able to stop the security threats at scale, and finally using the automation to kind of accelerate the incident remediation, right. So by having this SOC transformation in place, customers would able to continue to accelerate their migration journey, and the businesses will be more confident, and they can manage it much efficiently and effectively. Yeah.
And Georgie, so what are the benefits of IBM SOC transformation services?
Yeah, I mean, if I can give you a few stats, if I may. Our clients are coming to us for help because they're saying that globally, 51% of their analysts are saying that they're just not getting through their workload every day. The alerts that are coming in, they're just not making it all the way through to the end. I think the other thing to say is that our clients are also saying that, on average, they've got 83 different products, security products from 29 different vendors. So that spaghetti that's being created really has to become under control. And I think, one thing that we kind of advocate on there is around when we listen to our clients, they talk about 98% of them are telling us that when they've adopted a platformization approach, they have that clarity on their security posture, which is so critical, both now and will be in the future. And that's compared to just kind of 32% that don't have a platformization approach to their business at the moment. So I think for us, it's around transforming that SOC. We're able to transform that SOC and drive those operational efficiencies. And we do that through providing enhanced analytics and the ability and the capacity for those users to really be able to double down and create and finish their workload every day. I think that's both important to your current security posture, but also, as we all know, the world is changing at an alarming rate right now, and that changes are only going to come thicker and faster in the future. So I think having that fit for the future ability is absolutely key.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think only with a platform approach can organizations be absolutely sure that they are able to secure their people, secure their applications, their network, their devices, their data. When we talk about platformization, it's really about consolidation, right? So we can also see consolidation in other technology areas, like in CRM or ERP systems. And this really helps reduce the complexity. And as a result, it will also help create a culture of innovation and a culture of trust for the organization. We actually find that platformized organizations will achieve a 50% reduction in the mean time to detect and respond. And this consolidation trend is not only present in the technology itself. Palo Alto Networks solutions are also available on the AWS marketplace, which also creates a seamless procurement and a consolidated procurement experience for our customers. And essentially, it will create a very strong commercial benefit for us beside the strong joint value proposition that we have. So Dana, how does the collaboration between Palo Alto and IBM and AWS enhance security solutions for our clients?
Yeah, absolutely. This collaboration and co-innovation between IBM, Palo Alto Networks, and AWS is key, and it's very vital for evolving this for the customers, right? So let me explain you how we actually bringing the power of three together, right? So with IBM's deep cybersecurity expertise in the space, and then leveraging Palo Alto Networks' next generation platform approach, and combined with AWS native services like Amazon Guard Duty, and Amazon Security Lake, which actually integrates with Palo Alto Network next generation capabilities, right? So with this, we are providing a customer a unified, ready to use solution, which provides a comprehensive, application protection for their security postures, right? So that's number one. And number two, we are seeing a remarkable momentum in terms of AWS marketplace, right? And just to give you some stats, so our customers love using, the consulting services and the technology partner software products from AWS marketplace. So according to the recent Forrester study done on behalf of AWS, 75% of the customers they see they can able to onboard partners much faster through the marketplace, right? And similarly, they are seeing 66% in terms of time savings when it comes to procurement efficiency when they purchase both the managed services combined with the the security products together, right? So by having this tri-party power of three collaboration, bringing all these forces together in the AWS marketplace is very key in success for customers in terms of moving ahead for the next generation security.
Yeah, 100%. Georgie, where do you see IBM's role in this?
So I think, as I mentioned earlier, that kind of proven experience, the ability for a client to rely on a set of partners or a tri-party of partners even maybe, who really understand how each other works, who've worked together before, who have demonstrated that they understand, the complexity of the environments that our clients are working in, I think is hugely important. And I think without that, you really do run the risk of things falling down between the gaps. So I think the key thing is when you do select your partners, that they are partners that have worked together before and that they are able to prove and demonstrate that they're able to do so again effectively. I think the other thing is around the ability to demonstrate the return on investment as well. Security should be an enabler for our clients, not an inhibitor. I think for too long, the security department's been the department that says no, right? And that's absolutely not what we want to be. So I think embedding that security right up front in our solutions, in our client solutions, is hugely critical to the way we make success. I think driving those synergies between the three of us, we've seen it work well with many clients already, and hopefully many more to go. So for me, I'm very positive about the tri-party arrangement that we have, and I'm really looking forward to working with you all again going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe just to summarize, I think it's also nice to look at it for the shared responsibility model of AWS that Dana also explained earlier, because yes, so AWS will be responsible for the security of the physical cloud infrastructure, but then it is still the customer's responsibility to make sure that whatever is in the cloud is still secure. And this is where Palo Alto Networks solutions can help. And this is where IBM can nicely wrap everything together to make sure that it works nicely and everything is secure for our customer. So Dana, what next steps would you recommend to our customers who would like to take the next step in their security journey?
Yeah, absolutely. That's very important. So what we have done by working with IBM is we have created a rapid security assessment for customers. So that is where we would recommend any customer to kind of get started with this journey. And IBM can help customers in terms of understanding their current security landscape and then help them to create their roadmap for all the topics that we talked about in terms of SOC transformation, applying AI to remove the security overheads and set them up for success so that they can accelerate cloud migration much faster to deliver their innovation for the business.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much, Dana, and thank you very much, Georgie, for being here with us today and sharing your thoughts. I'm very much looking forward to seeing many of our customers succeed in their security journey with us.